Okay, and off we go. Check both our mirrors. Just go over to the right a little bit. Just make sure we get past this bus. So checking the mirror before we move out, and then signalling. Just observing all around us all the time. It's starting to get a little tight up here, so we'll hang back, give the bus some room. You can see over there he had to move out. Taxi didn't need to because he's not as wide, but not bad to give him some room anyway, just in case. Now we're in a safe position to overtake, so well, not quite yet because there's an island there. But now he's going fast, there's no need to overtake. We'll just stay put where we are. But it's quite narrow here and there, up there. It's quite narrow here and there. We've got a vehicle to the left ahead of us. We're not in a rush. Now we're going to go into this lane because this is the right lane. So just mirroring and signalling. Sorry, looking at our mirrors and signalling. And now we wait. A lot of people find driving in London extraordinarily stressful. And if you're not used to it, it is. But when you are, it's only stressful if you let it be stressful. It's only stressful if you allow yourself to be stressed out. If you can just relax and be calm and just go with it, then it doesn't have to be stressful. So you can see here, bus is going to go around the sharp bend here and he will swing out, so we're just going to hang back. There is some idiot. Oh, okay, yeah, he's going to be an idiot. Yeah, we'll just let him go and be an idiot. No point in getting a collision to, you know, get an argument. At the end of the day, just let things go. He's an idiot, but should I get into a collision with him because he's an idiot? You know, is my ego that big? No, it's not. So what would be the point of that? Yeah, we're just going around, observing our mirrors and the traffic all the time. We'll just go ahead and slow down, let's go in. And now we just follow the road around, remembering to watch our mirrors and our rear overhang. Can't tell how long this thing is from the video, but yeah, that little car in front of me, it's easily the length of 3 of those or more. It takes up almost 2 whole parking spaces. So yeah, you can't drive it like a car. You can drive it on a car license, but you can't drive it like a car because it's not one. Only the bloody Americans make cars this big. And they sure as hell weren't designed for London, that's for sure. Any time that we're driving, we want to be observing around us, trying to predict people's movements, think what they're doing and what they're gonna do. This is something you learn very quickly if you ride motorbikes, as I did. I had a bike license before I had a car license, and you learn that skill very quickly on a bike, or you end up getting scraped off the fucking pavement. Yeah, there's no reason get stressed out. This is easy. We're just going a straight line. It's a bus lane to our left, and you can see over there they've segregated the bikes. This is brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. See these poles over here? They keep the bikes the hell away from motor vehicles where they belong. You know, and these are just great when they're done. Like, there are some that are just stupid. But this is an example of doing it right. You know, it works. It makes things better for the cyclists. It makes things better for me. Why would I be against that? You know, yeah, it's progressive policy. But what many people don't seem to understand is I'm not against a progressive policy when it works. Nor am I against a conservative policy when it's a good policy and it works. And there are good progressive policies, and there are bad conservative policies, and there are perversely also bad conservative. You know, it's the other way around as well. But it either works or it doesn't, and this works. See all these people over here. You know, look at that guy on the bike over there. He'd be swarming around me. You know, disappearing into my blind spots. You know, going right up next to my rear overhang as I'm trying to make a turn. If that bike lane wasn't there, because that bike lane's there, he's over there. He's not my problem. I don't even have to think about him. Brilliant. You know, I always said that Amsterdam was the blueprint for designing cities. You know, there should be the blueprint for designing cities. And it worked. What they did in Amsterdam was fantastic. Have you ever been to Amsterdam? You know? Love Amsterdam. I mean, it's a wonderful, wonderful place. You can, okay, is he coming out or is he got his hazards on? No, he's got his hazards on. We can proceed. Okay, so you go in front of me on a bike now. We'll just hang behind him. No reason getting next to him. You know, you're gonna get to the same red light anyway. Now he's gone over there, and oh, that's cheeky. That's cheeky. Wait, is he gone through the light, or is he? What's this guy gonna do? Yeah, that's cheeky. Don't do that. Do not blow through red lights. That's not cool. Not safe. Don't do that. It's bad behaviour. You get a lot of it from car drivers. You get a lot of it from cyclists. No one is blameless, but people have a hard time understanding that. You know, people tend to think that car drivers can do no wrong, or cyclists can do no wrong. The fact of the matter is that it doesn't matter what vehicle you're operating in London. A lot of people drive like utter cunts. Right, so now we're going to move over to the left lane, observing our mirror and moving slowly so that we have plenty of time to see any vehicles in our path and anticipate any hazards. We can see over here we've got a cyclist ahead of us, so we're going to look at our mirrors, indicate and move out to the right. There are parked cars ahead of us, but you know, he'll be long back there before we're anywhere near here. If he was near us, we wouldn't want to overtake you over here, but there's plenty of distance, so we don't need to worry about that. This is Edgware Road. You know, a nice place to be. One of the few nice places left in London. And this is the secret to driving in London. To be what's the word I'm looking for? To be assertive, to be considerate, to be skilled, and to be observing what's going on at all times. Because this is not like driving in most places. 1 in 6. This is a country of 63 million people. About 10 million people live in London. Not to mention all the people that commute in for work. That means that over 10% of the population of the entire United Kingdom are just in London. So yeah, the traffic's going to be a bit fucking chaotic. But that's life, man. Life is chaotic and you just got to deal. Now over here, okay, so Yellow Box Junction. Now, yes, we can proceed because we will not have to stop in the Yellow Box Junction. There is in fact a gap for us. Now he's going to try and pull out, or is he? What's he doing? No, he's just parked. That's fine, he's going to try and pull out. But see, this is what I mean. Always observe the environment around you, and not just in front of you either. You need to check your mirrors regularly if you have the ability. If you're in, say, a car rather than a truck, and you can look out the rear windows, that's not a bad idea either. Okay, he's going to just step out or whatever. We're paying attention. We saw him. We're just going to slow down. It's just how it is in London. That might be confusing to Americans, but there's no such thing as jaywalking here. People will literally just walk out into the street and expect you to slow down and stop for them. And most people aren't very clever, but it is what it is, and you just have to deal with it. You can't get mad at them. You can't beat the horn because, you know, that'll just cause confrontation. And the last thing you need is confrontation. For many people, driving in this place is already stressful enough. Why make it more stressful? You know? Just let things go. someone does something that's very unsafe, yeah, beep your horn at them, let them know that they did that wrong and they shouldn't do that. But no point in getting angry with people, no point in swearing, you know, and driving aggressively and doing silly things. You're not making things better for anyone, least of all yourself. And you know, eventually you're going to do that to the wrong person. Okay, let's just let him in here. Why not? We'll be considerate. Just flash our headlights and in he goes. And I want to move over to the right, so I'm going to flip my signal on, check my mirror, and move out to the right. And this is the key to driving in London. Be calm and observe the road, the environment, the traffic, the pedestrians at all times. You know? Oh, that's a nice bike. I can't tell what that is from here, but it sounds good. Alright, we'll check our mirrors again, and off we go. We've got a cyclist over here, which I knew he was coming because I checked my mirrors. And he's now in front of us. So what's he going to do here? He's going to go into that lane, which is just fine and dandy for us because we're not going that way. So now we have a lot of room. And off he goes to live another day because we were paying attention. His riding, if I'm honest, wasn't brilliant. But some people will ride bicycles poorly, just as some people drive cars poorly. And it's just something you have to deal with here. The driving culture is unfortunately like that. It's very often inconsiderate and rude, but there's no reason for you to be inconsiderate and rude. Okay, we're going to stop here and wait for there to be a gap. Now there is a gap, so we can go ahead and proceed through the yellow box junction. Now we're going to move out a little bit to the right. We don't need to indicate because there was a pedestrian island to my right. There was no one who could have been coming up on my right, so it's not necessary to indicate in that situation. Man, I'm thirsty. I'm getting myself a drink. But in a moment, because the light's going green and the traffic is starting to move away. Now, we're not going to let him in because there's not really anywhere for him to go until I'm, you know, also gone. And this is the other thing as well. Don't be, you know, don't give the right of way to people when it's not appropriate to do so. When you're going to cause problems, when you're going to put people in danger. You know, when you might, you know, say cause a situation where nobody can move anywhere. Like there's such a thing as being overly courteous. You know, okay, we've got a cyclist here. What are we going to do here? Where's he going? Where's he going? Okay, he's going left. We'll flash our headlights, let him know that we're okay with that. We've seen him, and now he's moved off to the left. We've got some pedestrians here, so we'll hang back a little bit. Now there is a pedestrian island coming up, so you wouldn't want to overtake here necessarily, and it's a red light anyway, so okay, it looks smaller. See that's the thing, right? From back there it looks small, then you get a little closer, it looks bigger, and then you get here and it looks smaller again. When in doubt, just hang back. In fact, let's unpinch the video a little bit so you get a better view. There we go. Now we'll check our mirrors and off we go. Okay, you're going to barge your way in, no problem, whatever. Oh, you've got no lights, mate. Better flash him and let him know. There's no way for me to tell him now. I guess someone else will. Okay, now that was something I shouldn't have done. My arse end is sticking out a little bit into the clear. That was a bit of a mistake, shouldn't have done that. But you know, it's not a dangerous mistake, just an irritating one. Now the cyclist coming here and traffic, we've got plenty of room, so we'll just go ahead and proceed. Now what's happening up here? Is someone about to turn? Is he going to go on the pedestrian? Yes, he is going to go on the pedestrian crossing. So we'll stop and we'll wait. Give a little wave. I like it when people wave at me, it's a nice feeling. Now no one else is coming. That guy on the bike is an idiot, but whatever. We saw him because we're paying attention. We moved off slowly. We didn't know what he was going to do, so we moved off slowly, giving ourselves plenty of time to anticipate his movements. If we had floored it away from, that crossing, we would have hit him. But we didn't because, well, we know what we're doing. I know what I'm doing, don't I? If you want to improve your driving skills, your situational awareness, then try doing what I'm doing now. Just say, you observe the road, observe the traffic, observe the environment, try and predict people's movements, and just say it out loud as you do it. You'd be amazed how much it actually helps you actually consciously think about things. And then you have like an inner monologue, and then you don't need to actually say it out loud. Regent's Park. Danubius Hotel, very swanky. Night in that hotel may well cost more than a month's salary for me. So yeah, checking our mirrors again and moving off, keeping an eye out for whatever may occur. So obviously we had to swing a little bit there to clear that turn, which is why I want to check our mirrors, make sure no one's going to do anything stupid like car or inside. Now what's going to go on here? There appears to be no one at this crossing, so we can proceed. We have to move out to the right, so we indicate mirror and out we go to go past this parked car. And what is that? That is a Hummer H2 limousine. Not the rarest of sights in London, but not a common one either. Oh Jesus Christ, 154 a litre for diesel, fuck me. Yeah, I need to start making my own biodiesel when I get the chance. You can buy waste vegetable oil for 70 pence a litre. That means it would cost me practically American fuel prices at that rate. And it's good for the environment. It's good for the environment and it's good for my wallet. I should definitely do that. Plus, if you do that, your exhaust then smells like French fries instead of cancer. Okay, so what's going on here? So coming up to another red light. Now, someone's going past us. There's another person going past. I think we probably want to be in the left lane, so we'll let him go past us, and then we'll just turn our vehicle, indicating into this lane. We're kind of sticking out with our arse end in the other lane as well, but that's not a filter traffic light. It's not you have like green for left and then later green for straight ahead. It's just one green, so we're not going to piss people off by doing this. And in a large vehicle like this, there's not really a choice. Okay, cycling on the pavement, very cheeky. Don't do that. That's not cool. It's okay in the middle of nowhere, but in fact, I'd say that in the middle of nowhere, it might not be the worst idea to do that if you're on like a fast road where there's a lot of cars and no pedestrians. Yeah, sure, but not in London. This is a crowded city. It's not cool to run the pavements in London. Don't do that. On here, the road appears to be narrowing. Fortunately, we're already all the way over to the left and there's no one next to us, so we just have to stay where we are and chill. Come up to red light, no point trying to make it. There's a yellow light, now it's a red light. We just slow down. If you're on something fast, you might make that. You're not going to make it in this. It's a heavy truck with a decent sized car on the back. Even if it is only a little MX-5 Mazda Miata, yeah, you know, it does affect your power to weight ratio. This thing does not move fast. And suddenly I'm very thirsty. The air in London makes you ungodly thirsty. The next red light, I think I'll fish myself out a drink. Alright, what's going on here? What's happening ahead of us? Okay, we need to move out to the right because the bus line to mirror and indicate, and we had plenty of time and plenty of space to do that because we're observing there. Oh, it's a 20 zone. I must drop my speed a little. Oh no, it's actually 30. Yeah, this is a 30 actually. I mistakenly thought it was a 20. My GPS said it was a 20 for a moment, but better safe than sorry, eh? See, now it says 20 again. Well, usually they put 20s on the road, they put like 20 on the road where you have 20 zone. Okay, now we don't want to be in this lane really, so look at our mirrors, and because we did that, we saw that guy on the bike just went past us, so now we can safely move out. Again, observations at all times. If we hadn't done that, we would have gone right into him. Okay, I need my drink. Where's my drink? Of course, it's right at the bottom of my bloody cooler. Is that the frozen? That's a frozen one. That's which one is which? Okay, that's shit. Okay, mirrors, and off we go. Our cooler is open and our ice is slowly melting, but that can wait until we've come to the next traffic light, or at least a clear, straight piece of road that does not require quite as much attention. Okay. Alright, now we appear to be coming to some traffic. This is the kind of place where you may have pedestrians darting out from all sorts of places. Okay, red light coming up. Good. That'll give me a chance to put my ice and my food back in the cooler. Excellent. Now let's see. That's the frozen one. That's not quite as frozen one. And then that's my food. There we go. So yeah, we'll see it's just going green. We have time to put that stuff away, mirror, and off we go. You still have to close the bus past us. Perhaps you didn't because the camera doesn't quite show. Now we can see a flashing light in our left mirror. That means there's a cyclist near us. And sure enough, there he is. Those flashing lights, highly recommended on a bicycle because they make you very, very visible. You know, those always grab my attention immediately. You can see just in the left of the camera, you can see here, this guy over here. Oh, you can't really see him properly. Ah, cheeky. Do not do that. That's not okay. Don't go through red lights. A lot of people do that. Very, very bad thing to do. Not smart. Okay, look in our mirrors and off we go again. We can see we've got someone on a moped coming up on the left side of the bus lane. We knew he was there before I knew he was there before you did, because again, I'm observing my mirrors. This is all key to driving in London. London is chaotic. People will come at you from all sorts of different directions. People will weave in and out of traffic. People will do stupid things. And that is why you must pay attention. You must observe the environment around you, and you must predict people's movements. So, what's happening here? Not a lot. There's nothing in our mirrors. Nothing in front of us, and we're good to go. what's this guy going to do? This guy in the BMW here. Am I mistaken, Mercedes? Nothing. But he's sitting there. He's got his lights on. He may be about to pull out. So you want to just keep that in mind and be prepared to react to that. And check our mirrors again, and off we go. Into second gear. Someone behind me has very annoyingly bright headlights. I can't see anything in my mirror right now, so I need to be extra careful. Okay, cyclists, what are they going to do? They're probably going to go around that car, so we'll just slow right down, flash them, and allow them to pass, because it's not a big deal to just be considerate and wait 12 fucking seconds. Now they're past the car, and we can safely go past them. Remember, just because they're in a cycle lane or a bus lane does not mean that you automatically have a safe passing distance. Some of these idiotic, lunatic, militant cyclists say, oh, you have to give an entire lane. No, you don't. But you have to give adequate room. Just think, if you were on a bicycle and someone went past you at the speed you're doing it, in a vehicle the size that you're doing it, would you be happy about that? Or would you be pissed off at that person? If it's the latter and not the former, then hang back and wait. Hyundai. What else we got here? The guy behind me really needs to get his damn headlights adjusted. That's so annoying. Fact. I might actually slow right down just to force him to go past me. Yeah, let's slow right down. See if I can encourage him to go past me or wave him past. No, mate, go past me. God's sake, go past me. Hate people like that. Adjust your damn headlights properly. Oh, that's a nice Sportster. Just went past us. I do like the old Harley Davidsons. What they may lack in horsepower, they make up for in torque, noise, and character. Ah, and there's that Hummer limo from earlier. I have a love-hate relationship with this city. Most of the time I fucking hate it, but every once in a while I love it. In a way, I do kind of like the challenge of driving in such a challenging environment. Sometimes. It's hell, but it's a nice feeling that you can do it. You can drive here, you can drive anywhere. I know what's going to happen here, so we need to be in the left lane to make our left turn. Yes, I know that you should keep to the left, but that's just not really practical in London. No one gives a shit, especially not on roads like this. Everyone's doing the same speed anyway. And the lanes are always usually full up anyway, so yeah. It's not the end of the world if you don't have a perfect lane discipline in London, and at the end of the day, if everyone has appalling lane discipline in London, which they do, you can't really have good lane discipline. You can only have okay lane discipline. So adjust our camera slightly. There we are. Okay, we'll check our mirrors again before we move off. You always want to do that. One time I failed to do that and nearly smacked a cyclist in the face with a mirror. I've been religious about doing it ever since. Okay, so we've got a sharp left turn coming up, so we're just going to slow down a little bit, force him to go past us as we swing out, and now we turn. Now we turn. through Central. Now we are on the A41 and it's all easy from here. All we have to do is basically drive on a dual carriageway. And people still drive like idiots. All BMW drivers, well, okay, not all, but most BMW drivers, as you saw with this guy, drive like idiots. You can see he's tailgating the guy in front of him. That's not cool. Don't do that. It's not smart. It's not clever. It's dangerous as shit, and it's not going to get you anywhere any faster. And what's the point in a place like this? Look how much traffic there is. No, you know, even if you manage to get past that guy, you're just going to be stuck in front of the guy who's in front of that guy. It's silly. Don't do it. There's no point. And you see so many people do that, especially when you see, it's especially out when you see people do it in, you know, big vehicles to people in little vehicles. When you see someone like a big 4-wheel drive doing it to someone in a little hatchback, it's not cool. It's not a nice thing to do. It's very unpleasant for the person in front of you. You know, don't do it. I mean, think about it. You get pissed off with people who are tailgating you, but then you do it to other people. Why? The worst one is I actually had someone in an Arctic lorry, as the Yanks call it, a semi-truck tailgate me the other day, and it's like, I weigh in about 3.5 tons, you weigh in at 44, like, you're gonna decimate me if something goes wrong. Like, you should really be a bit more responsible and a bit more considerate. You're in a 44-ton vehicle, and you're also a professional driver. You should know better. Obviously, even now we're just on an A road, dual carriageway, which means there's a barrier separating the two directions of traffic. It's basically the same as a motorway, as the Americans say, freeway, but you don't necessarily need a motor to be on it. You do still have to observe properly the traffic around you. Remember, it is actually legal, for example, to ride a bicycle on a road like this. There is the pavement over there. God knows why you want to ride a bicycle on a road like this, I don't know. I suppose if you have no other option, you have no other option, but I don't get people when there's a cycle lane, they'd rather be on a road like this. It's a 40-mile-an-hour road, and it's all straight, which means that people will go very fast. You know, not the best thing when you're on a bicycle. I would much rather take the cycle path that's available. And that is a good, some good advice for any of you cyclists out there. Yeah, always use a bicycle lane, always use a bike path if it's available, especially if it's segregated. Okay, so it's a turn off lane and we want to go to this lane, so mirror and use our indicators and out we go, nice and slowly, giving everyone else ample time to react to our change in direction. Thirsty as hell, the London is just so thirsty, it's all pollution. I can't wait to leave. Now, we're on our way out. We're a little faster now. And that is the key to driving in London. Hope you found this helpful, perhaps even entertaining.